Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Let's get right into this story. So, according to Insider, shout out to Insider for this one. A mother who flew 4,000 miles to give birth on an idyllically Caribbean beach says that she's being held prisoner with her newborn baby in that particular Caribbean country. Somebody from way over in Europe decided that, you know what, the best thing to do having this baby is to have this baby on a beach in the Caribbean somewhere. And they went for it, living their best life. And then everything turned into a nightmare for them. Let's get into the story. So, a British woman traveled 4,000 miles to the Caribbean to give birth on the beach with her husband right by her side. First of all, I'm saying to myself, you travel to the Caribbean to give birth. I thought people were not allowed to fly if their pregnancy was too advanced. Or did they travel like halfway through the pregnancy when it was still okay to fly? Or is this just me making stuff up? Some of you women, help me in the comment section, please, because you've given birth to children. You know the ins and outs of this stuff. I don't. I'm a man. Anyhow, their child was born on a boat in the island of St. Lucia, or the boat was heading to the island of St. Lucia. The Sun reported this. The couple says officials have prevented them from registering the child's birth for months now. A British couple says they are being held like prisoners on the Caribbean island with their 4-month-old baby after unexpectedly delivering their child at sea. The baby is now 4 months. They thought they were going to go down to the islands, have a baby on the beach, and be able to fly back home. But there are technicalities in this. Whose baby is it? Where did you get this baby from? Did you come here and buy somebody's baby off of some young teenage mom who sold the baby to you for a couple of pounds, and now you're on your way back to Europe with the baby? They want to know. Caribbean authorities are not just going to let you leave the island with a baby with no paperwork, no birth certificate, nothing for a baby. They were not there when your baby was born, so they don't know. Now, Lulia is her name. She traveled from Greater Manchester in the UK with her husband Clive in March to give birth on a beach at Rodney Bay, St. Lucia, a Caribbean island that is beautiful, I might add. Shout out to all the Caribbean people. Big up and shout out to all the St. Lucian people. Beautiful. But, alright, my SouFLoTV audience, let's take a break from our scheduled program and let's get right into this. You know, I've been wondering for the longest, why has Jamaica not gone totally solar yet? After all, Jamaica has powerful sunshine all year round. And people are in darkness in certain areas, especially in rural areas. And they've been that way for decades, waiting on government to install street lights. Well, Soninka solar lights. These are commercial grade lights, perfect for rural areas, perfect for dark corners and lanes, perfect for the backyard, the front yard, down the road, driveway lighting, stores, perfect for the farm, waterproof and remote control. Make your surroundings safer. Jamaica has sun all year round, and you will have no problem keeping these lights charged. Did I mention that they are commercial grade and they are remote controlled? You don't have to wait on government to install lights. Some people in some areas have been waiting for decades, literally decades, and they are still in the darkness. These are easy to install. Get in touch with Soninka and they will do the rest for you. And the best part is this. You don't have to pay a monthly light bill. No, this not gonna bother you like a JPS bill because it's charged by the sun. So take yourself out of the darkness now. Increase your safety now. Get in touch with Soninka Solar and thank me later. Come on, man. Watch there. All the contact information is right there for you. IG, email, phone number, which you can call by WhatsApp, which is free globally. Go on. Get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Back to our regular scheduled program at hand. Her water broke while the couple was on a boat heading to the island, and she gave birth to the baby girl while reaching before they could reach the land in April, the outlets have reported. So their whole intention was to be in St. Lucia and to go to the beach at Rodney Bay, and this is where I'm going to have my baby, right here on Rodney Bay. They probably were going to name the baby Rodney Bay as well, right? And it just didn't happen that way. Her water broke on a boat as she was on her journey on her way to the beach. So the baby was born at sea on a boat, on the boat. It was perfect. It was love in the moment. She was able to connect with the universe. The sea gives off a frequency which is a natural painkiller. It was so much less painful for her. This is her husband describing all this. I don't know how he knows what pain levels she was experiencing and how it was so much less painful for her. Maybe he's gauging it because he was there for the birth of their first child, whom we'll talk about in a minute. Where is the first child? Anyhow, he said it was perfect. It was loving in the moment. Not living, loving in the moment. She was able to connect with the universe. The sea gives off a frequency which is a natural painkiller. It was so much less painful for her, her husband said. But even those events followed have turned their joy off the birthing experience they expected into a legal nightmare for them. They are now claiming that they have been trapped in Grenada for quite some time and they are not able to go home. They are saying they've been trapped in Grenada since June after authorities in St. Lucia said that they could not register their child's birth for almost 2 months. This is according to The Sun and several other news reports. Okay, this ain't my words. The couple said that they are waiting for the results of a DNA test after they were told by the UK High Commission to prove that the baby is theirs, that they claim. The couple are separated from their 8-year-old daughter who remains at home in the UK with family members. Mommy and daddy is on an extended vacation right now. They're really trapped in the Caribbean island. So it's not even so much the Caribbean island don't want to let them fly out with the baby, but the UK High Commission, they won't even let them into the UK with the baby because they don't know where this baby come from. So they have to now go do a DNA test. You understand? They thought, oh, we're going to fly down to the Caribbean, have this baby on this beach that we seen before, and it's going to be ideal. We're going to connect with the universe. It's going to be loving and powerful and all this stuff. And now they realize the British High Commission or the UK High Commission is demanding a DNA test showing that the baby belongs to both of them. Yoga teacher Lulia, that's what she is. She's a yoga teacher. She said that the experience was traumatizing and that her tears of hurricanes, her fears of hurricanes hitting the islands has left her unable to sleep at night. I'm thinking to myself, you plan to come down to the Caribbean and have this baby on the beach. And now you worried that hurricanes are going to hit the island and you are claiming that you have a genuine fear of hurricanes hitting the island. So please get me up out of here as soon as possible. It makes no sense. But I can see them feeling desperate because months after months after months after months have gone by. And you're starting to think, is it that hard to get a DNA test done in those Caribbean islands? I can't stop crying. We are begging for help. We have been abandoned, she said to the Times. We are essentially stateless. We are more than abandoned. We are prisoners in a country that we are not allowed to leave. Her husband, sports coach Clive, said that they have been passed around different agencies, but no one would help them. He said that the experiences left them with a credit card debt of £6,000 so far, or $7,600 in debt now. We will soon run out of food, and nobody is helping us. It's desperate. They're desperate to get home. The couple said that they visited Owen King European Union Hospital in St. Lucia several days after the birth of the child, where hospital staff then told them that they could not register their child's birth because it had been more than 24 hours since that child was born. Which I'm asking myself, they had the baby out at sea with no professional help around them. Who the hell helped them to have that baby? And then they kept the baby for a few days before they actually went to a hospital, for several days before they actually went to a hospital to say, let me just have the baby checked over by a doctor just to see, what going on with the baby, make sure the baby heart rate's good, make sure the baby is okay in whatever way. So when they showed up to the hospital now, several days later, the people at the hospital told them, hey, we can't register that child because that child been born more than 24 hours. We don't know when that child was born, where you get that child from. Clive, which is the husband, said that they visited the immigration office in St. Lucia only to be told that they needed to prove that the baby was theirs. He claimed that passport officials declined their request for an emergency passport for the baby because the couple had no proof of where that baby was born. I smell something real funny here. They have no proof of where the baby was born. I mean, they don't have no eyewitnesses. They don't have nothing. Nobody is willing to come forward and say, we were on the boat with them. We saw when she went into labor and had the baby. And then the funny thing is they shows up at the hospital several days later with a new baby and asked the hospital to register this baby, put the baby on papers, which would mean they would create a birth certificate for the baby, right? Right. She claimed that passport officials declined their request for an emergency passport for the baby because the couple had no proof of where that baby was born. Now, after arriving in Grenada, the couple sought assistance at the UK High Commission in St. George, who said that the couple will only be allowed to leave with a passport for the baby and return to the UK when a DNA test result confirms that they are the actual parents of the baby. As we speak right now, they are still stuck in the island in St. Lucia and they are still awaiting their DNA test. I will stay close to the story because I want to know what a mix-up if that DNA test comes back and says that baby is not theirs. Anyhow, leave your comment in the comment section below. And remember, before you think about doing one of these wild moves right here, just think about what could happen after. You can't just go have your baby in a strange country that you're not from and then fly back out the country with the baby. There are legal ramifications to this. All right. I'll catch you all on the next video with SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace. All right, my SouFLoTV audience. I've been wondering for the longest, Why has Jamaica not gone totally solar yet? After all, Jamaica has powerful sunshine all year round. And people are in darkness in certain areas, especially in rural areas. And they've been that way for decades, waiting on government to install street lights. Well, Soninka solar lights. These are commercial grade lights, perfect for rural areas, perfect for dark corners and lanes, perfect for the backyard, the front yard, down the road, driveway lighting, stores, perfect for the farm, waterproof and remote control. Make your surroundings safer. Jamaica has sun all year round, and you will have no problem keeping these lights charged. Did I mention that they are commercial grade and they are remote controlled? You don't have to wait on government to install lights. Some people in some areas have been waiting for decades, literally decades, and they are still in the darkness. These are easy to install. Get in touch with Soninka and they will do the rest for you. And the best part is this: you don't have to pay a monthly light bill. No, this not gonna bother you like a JPS bill because it's charged by the sun. So take yourself out of the darkness now. Increase your safety now. Get in touch with Soninka Solar and thank me later. Come on, man. Watch there. All the contact information is right there for you. IG, email, phone number, which you can call by WhatsApp, which is free globally. Go on. Get yourself out of the darkness and into the light.